it's Bobi, aka Paginator, and I am back from my Christmas travels, and I had 2 book subscription boxes waiting for me. We have the Owlcrate box and the Fairyloot box right here. Both of these are their December boxes, and we need to open these. I guess we'll start with Owlcrate because it's sitting closer to me. Alright, first item we see is the theme card, The Dark Devours. Okay, and we have a whole bunch of wiggly worms. Let's get rid of those. Alright, most if not all of the wiggly worms are out of the way, so let's start with the pin. Unfortunately, the pouch is ripped, so if I'm going to use that for a junk journal, I'm going to have to fix it. This is going to be our last Treasured Tomes pin, and this is based on Fourth Ring by Rebecca Yarros, a book that I have not read. I've looked up, is it worth the hype and stuff, and everyone seems to think it is, but I don't know. I'm hesitant. So the front, as you saw, says How to Survive Basgiathwar College. And we have quadrants: Scribe, Infantry, Healer, and Riders. I've heard about these quadrants. There's more writing on the inside. Can I squint enough to see it? Don't do anything to draw attention to yourself. Power can quickly turn and control you. Winning the war games isn't about strength, it's about cunning, maybe? Those of you who've read the book, tell me if that sounds correct. It's a pretty pin, though. And I do love something with a dragon on it. Alright, next item we have... Ah, yay! Dark chocolate hot cocoa. I was like, oh, it's going to be coffee, but it's hot cocoa. I can drink it. Yay! If you don't know, I don't drink coffee, and I can drink some teas if they're herbal. It's a religious thing. We don't need to get into all of that, but yay. I'm excited for some hot chocolate mix. I love hot chocolate and dark chocolate. Yes, please. I almost bought some hot chocolate bombs when I was at Target today, and then I talked myself out of it. So this is like a nice little consolation prize. Okay, Wicked pen set, this says. Love is the most powerful magic. Exclusive pen set inspired by Kingdom of the Wicked. I would like to get this box open without ripping it, please. It's not gonna happen. Ooh, these are pretty. Okay, this one says, memories like hearts can be stolen. And this one says, one day you'll call me death, for now wrath will do. Ooh. Wrath is a great character. Have you read the Kingdom of the Wicked series? I love it. Now, I have not read the 3rd one yet, so don't spoil anything for me, but the first 2 I really loved. You do have to be in a mindset going into it knowing that you're going to a dark place. It is very dark, and we're dealing with princes of hell here. It's gonna be dark, but it's great if you're in the mood for something like that. All right, looks like next we have a pin banner, and this could be to put next year's pins on or this year's pins, whichever you fancy. Look at this. That's gorgeous. It's like shelves. Oh, so you can put the Treasured Tomes on there like books on a shelf. Haha. Love it. Let's see if the spoiler card suggests that it's for these pins or not. Let's see. Yep, it is a Treasured Tomes pin banner. We've created a banner that's made to appear like a bookshelf to hold the beautiful bookish pins from our past box this year. This pin banner was wonderfully made by @No1Designs. Nice. So I have been keeping my Treasured Tomes pins on a different banner, but I will gladly move them to this one so that they can be books on a shelf. All right, I'm running out of space on my little table here. I see something pretty. Oh, look at it. Oh, as if I don't have enough journals in my life, but I mean, I don't care. This is freaking gorgeous. The world remade, it says there. And then on the back, once upon a time, an angel and a devil fell in love. It did not end well. This one is inspired by Daughter of Smoke and Bone. And it's graph paper on the inside. I don't know how well you guys are seeing that. It's not like a dot grid. It's like graph paper like you used to use in math class to show your work. That reminds me of a song. Show your work and don't you forget it. Show your work or you won't get credit. Showing your work is one good way to get a solid A. I had an insane math teacher in middle school who ended up actually getting fired, but the one thing he did teach us was that show your work song. All right, but anyway, we have this gorgeous graph paper journal, and it has a ribbon bookmark, and it looks like you can take it out of the cover and put in another notebook. I'll show you right there. That slips out. So that is awesome. So then you don't have to just like be afraid to use it so that you won't have the cover anymore. You can use it up and then replace it with another notebook. We have reached the book, and it's beautiful. Oh. To Kill a Shadow by Catherine Quinn, exclusive signed edition. Let's get you out of the plastic, my love. All right, here she is out of her plasticky prison, and she has gorgeous sprayed edges. Yes, she's a she, I have decided. I am gendering this book. Oh, hello. Okay, let me get this out. Okay. End papers. She's holding a knife to his throat, but also, are they about to kiss? Let's see if there are different end papers in the back. Yes, there are. That's gorgeous. And then we have purple foiling. This is the back side. No one, I can't read backwards. No one no one could kill a shadow. Reading the right way around is very helpful. Look at this. Ascidian Lore, A Tale of the Gods. Ooh. And we have art inside the dust jacket. Tori will be so happy. Tori is my librarian friend, and she gets to see all of my Owlcrate and Fairyloot subscription boxes, and she loves it when there's art inside the dust jacket. It's her favorite thing. Here is the letter to the Owlcrate reader, as well as the author's signature. I almost said artist signature because I've been spending the last few days watching a whole bunch of junk journaling videos on YouTube to remember. And yeah, anyway, let's see what this note says. Dear Owlcrate reader, I've long loved the night, the quiet of it, the mystery, how the universe can feel so big yet so small all at once. It made sense then that I began writing To Kill a Shadow at night. Never before had I connected with a character with such intensity, and her journey of self-discovery became my own. Writing this story made me grasp that my own flaws could be my greatest assets, and that even when the metaphorical darkness cloaks my world, the sun with my soul will eventually rise. All my love, Catherine Quinn. Before I read the dust jacket synopsis, I need a little sip of Dr. Pepper. Isn't this cute? Imagine him with pipe cleaner antlers sticking up that way. My mom gave me a present that she called a bucket of bucks, and there was a bucket with 4 or 5 of these Dr. Pepper reindeers in there, and then she had taken some dollar bills and rolled them up and tied little ribbons around them, so there was money bucks and then the reindeer bucks. It was really cute. Anyway, okay, we're going to read the dust jacket synopsis of this book. It says, Jude Maddox knows nothing of love or even light. He knows only his grim duty as the hand of death to lead the knights in the eternal star into a land filled with nightmares and certain demise. It's only when he sees her, a young woman with wild amber eyes who's as fierce, defiant, and swift as the shadow beasts themselves, that he feels the warmth of life in his blood. The other knights may fear their lethal commander with his hard, merciless demeanor. Outcast Kiara Frey sees only a leader, a man who knows how to survive, someone like her, but wanting him is as treacherous as the shadows of themselves and just as seductive. With the kingdom on the verge of collapse, the knights must now venture into the darkest heart of the land, and uncover the secrets of the misted shadows where evil will prey upon their minds and feast on their flesh. It will betray their senses, it will surpass their nightmares, most of them will die, but they have no other choice because the only way to fight the darkness is to become it. Alright, let's do our cover comparison. In this case, the regular cover is right here. And then the cover that came in the Owlcrate box, as we saw, is on the other side. Which one do you like better? I think they're both really pretty. I do love purple. I don't know. And next month's theme is going to be Enchanted to Meet You. Every January box will include an exclusive item designed by Sayer Art. This is usually where I'd end the video and say, okay, pick your favorite things and all that stuff, but we have a whole nother box to get to. So far, my favorite thing, I want to say the journal, but I have like 900 journals. Let's pick the pin banner. I just because it's something I can use immediately, like move all those pins onto there, like ASAP. Are we ready for the Fairyloot? Just gonna cut the tape. I'm in a singing kind of mood today. I hope that you don't mind. And holy cow. Ooh. Somebody's in Egypt. Fairyloot December box. Artifacts of Power. Alright, let's set this aside as usual and we'll see what we've got going on. I see something that says Howl's Moving Castle. It is a tea light holder designed by Blanca Designs. This is the box. And let's see what it actually looks like. Is it going to look like the castle? Is it going to look like Howl? Is it going to look really plain? This is what I'm seeing. Hopefully there's more in the box. Okay, there are 2 more pieces, so I think we need to stick this one into this side notch here. And then this thing sits on the top. And as the tea light burns, it will spin this. I don't really have any tea lights, I don't think. I might have to raid my bathroom cabinet because sometimes I have random stuff in there. Oh, wait. There's one other tiny thing in here I can feel. Oh! Yay, something to make this Howl's Castle inspired. I was like, where's the Howl's Moving Castle? Where is it? But we have some little charms here that you can hang on the spinny thing. So they come with hooks. There are 2 of these and 2 of these. So you can hang them and they can spin. Not something I know for sure I'm going to be able to use because, again, I don't know if I have any tea lights and I'm not going to go to the store and buy a tea light just to try this out. Okay, I just saw an item, and if this item is... if the book that this item is inspired by is also the book in the box, I'm not going to be super thrilled because I already have 2 copies of this particular book. But just because one item's inspired by it doesn't mean that that's what the book is. So just let's stop for a second. We have a box. Now this box is actually quite pretty. There's this scarab beetle on it, and it says "What the River Knows" scarf designed by Michaela Alcaino Design. Ooh, this is pretty. I'm probably not going to use this as a scarf though. When I wear scarves, I tend to do the longer ones. This kind of thing, not so much, but it's really, really beautiful, and it will make a lovely Instagram background or something for when I read this book. Am I being too negative? If I am, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be. I'm just not, like, giddy with excitement for the first 2 items. However, the next item I'm really, really excited about. This is, like, legit probably my favorite type of thing to get in a book subscription box. We have bookends, metal bookends. 2 that are like this gold color with a sword and a stone. Let's see what it says here. Possess your very own Excalibur with these bookends. They feature a design inspired by Legendborn by Tracy Dion. I quite liked Legendborn. I didn't care so much for the sequel, but I also listened to the sequel and may not have been paying the closest of attention to the plot. Up next, we've got our monthly tarot cards, and we have the 7 and 8 of Moons. This month's tarot card set features Xaden, X-A-D-E-N, Caden, maybe, as the 7 of Moons card, and Violet as the 8 of Moons card. The characters from Fourth Wing, brilliantly illustrated by the talented @Rosalind Arts. Again, I don't know who these characters are. Please, someone who has read The Fourth Wing, tell me if it's any good. I really want to know whether I should buy it or not. I keep procrastinating the day of my purchase, and I just don't know. Help me, please. We have reached the book pouch. Sneaky cheek peek. Kind of peachy, sandy colors. And the art print that is gorgeous. Yeah, this is going to be the book. It's going to be What the River Knows, because the letter is from Isabel Ibanez. Okay, I'm now going to have 3 copies of this book. I got one for Book of the Month, one from Owlcrate last month, and now one for Fairyloot. I really hope it's a good book, because 3 copies of a mediocre book, that's going to make me mad. Okay, we'll set this aside for a second because we need to look at the book first before we can read the note. Oh, the bookmark is also in the pouch. Matching the theme card. And here it is. I mean, it's gorgeous. Let's look at this. We've got hieroglyphics here. Ugh. I expect nothing less from Fairyloot. I mean, yeah. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. All right. Art inside the dust jacket. And we've got gold foiling. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. Here are the end papers. Same in the back. Here is the author's signature. Ooh, we have a map of Egypt and a timeline. So let's go to the letter and then the dust jacket synopsis. The letter says, Dear Fairyloot reader, I saw my first glimpse of Inez when she was dressed in black sailing to Egypt all alone. From the first sight of her, I was immediately curious and wanted to know everything about her. Not long after What the River Knows was born, and I couldn't wait to write down what happened next. The story is about family, first love, and secrets that have long been buried deep, causing distance and rifts in relationships that seemed unshakable. It's also filled with twists and turns, adventure and mystery, all set against the gorgeous backdrop of 19th century Egypt. It was a time fraught with political tension and the rise of tourism and archaeology, spearheaded by Britain, France, and German interests and greed. More than anything, I wanted to write about this time period with great sensitivity and care. With that in mind, my husband and I traveled to Egypt for a 3-week-long research trip that I'll never forget. We stayed in hotels that existed during the time period, and we also sailed up the Nile River in Dahabia, much like my characters did 139 years ago. I hired Egyptian guides and Egyptologists, and I learned so much about Egypt's layered history and culture. I wrote What the River Knows from my heart, and I truly hope you enjoy where the adventure takes you. You know, I just had a thought while I was reading that Barbara from 49 Dragonflies, my junk journaling idol and hero, her husband is from Egypt and she's traveled there many times. And she does like to read books occasionally. So if this is good, I'm going to reach out to her and say, hey, I've got a book set in Egypt for you to read. So let's come back to the dust jacket synopsis. I forgot to show you the back of here. There's a blurb from Jodi P. Colt that calls this a delightful read. And then there's a little tagline, a divine exploration, a deadly secret, a desire she can't escape. Another blurb from Elizabeth Lim, a treasure of a book. Both are authors that I like. Okay. And then the synopsis says, in the glittering society of 19th century Buenos Aires, Inez Oliveira has everything except the one thing she really wants, her parents, who frequently leave her behind on their globe-trotting adventures. Then she receives a terrible letter. Her parents have passed away in mysterious circumstances. Determined to uncover the truth, she sets sail for their last port of call, Cairo, bringing only her sketch pads and an ancient ring that her father sent to her for safekeeping. But upon her arrival in Egypt, the ring flares with ancient magic, and Inez is thrust into a treacherous game that could threaten her life, and into the path of her new guardian's infuriatingly handsome assistant who seems determined to thwart her at every turn. Oh, we have more blurbs. Rebecca Ross. Fabulous. I just picked up her sequel to Divine Rivals today. I'm very excited about it. She calls this luminous and enchanting, and Stephanie Garber says burning with romance. Oh, and Rachel Griffin, a thrilling adventure. Holy cow, girl, you got the best blurbs. I mean, Rachel Griffin is phenomenal. So are these other ladies. Wow. Whew. Okay, I'm not as disappointed as I was before with this book because, I mean, again, it just reminds me of why I picked it for the book of the month and why it was so exciting in the first place. So it's just what it is. Let's look at the Fairy Scoop and see what next month's theme is. Regency and Scandal. Ooh. Okay. Jane Austen vibes coming our way. All right, favorite items in this box is going to have to be for me the bookends, because absolutely, absolutely, I love bookends. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to use them. I'll have to pick out the perfect spot. But in the meantime, I have 2 gorgeous new books, 2 great subscription boxes. Yay. I'm going to be continuing both of these subscriptions into 2024 for the time being, unless I change my mind at some point. But keep watching if you want to see more of them. And definitely let me know what items you like the best, and if you have read either of these books yet, and what your thoughts are. And we'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.